Okay, we are going to get started today. Welcome to Morning Mindset on this glorious Thursday. I'm here in Egypt, Michelle Dale, Virtual Miss Friday, and today we have our Oracle card readings to see what messages are being brought into the world for you today. So we are doing, as always, our 1, 2, and 3. So I take the Oracle cards, which have these messages within them that are waiting to be released into the world so you can hear them. And basically how this works, if you are new here, you can pick a card 1, 2, or 3, and we will see what the card has to say for you. Sometimes you might have more than one card that you're resonating with, and that's absolutely fine too. Sometimes it might be all of 3 of them. So 1, 2, or 3, or 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so our first card has already come out. Just if you haven't watched it, we've done our VA Foundation this week, which is the first 4 steps on the journey to becoming a 6 and multi-6-figure virtual assistant. So we talked about those this week. You can go back on the previous videos for this week to check those out. And we covered a variety of topics in there. So next week we're going to be covering the next 4 steps, which should be interesting. But today... Oh, interesting. Today, we just need the final card. We are doing our cards. So let's see what we have to share with you for the coming up week ahead. I know someone here, if you're you're here now or you're listening, later on to the replay, there's someone who's been thinking about the death of someone. So if this is you and you've been thinking about someone who has passed on or is potentially about to pass on, but I feel like they probably already passed, the message is, if you've been thinking about that person like rather more than usual, there's definitely a message in there to say, don't worry, I'm fine. Like, you don't have to worry about me. Live your life, be happy, be free. It's a real kind of warm, feminine energy. You know, it's like a real like huggy kind of energy, and it's a real like, you don't have to worry about me. Like, there's other things for you to do now. It's like really that kind of message. That's for somebody here. So if there's been someone on your mind, maybe a female, older female, then that person wants you to know, if you're listening to this right now and they have been weighing on your mind, really it's not necessary. You can stop that now, okay? Okay, so let's go through the numbers here. 1, 2, or 3. We have our first one. The first card is, whatever I desire, I acquire. And again, you know, the messages that come about within these cards often have the same theme and the same tone, because we never really want things to happen to us that are bad, okay? So the messages are always there within. But what we have to try and do is try to interpret that message and who that specifically is for at this time. So here we have someone, definitely, whatever I desire, I acquire. I feel like this is someone who is thinking about starting something new and starting and embarking into a new business. But I feel like you've been there before and done that, and you are wondering, like, how is this going to be different now? You know, like, how is this going to be something new? So whatever I desire, acquire. The eternal laws of the universe steadily hold the promise of expansion and joy. Understand the laws will reawaken within you the knowledge of your purpose and your own personal power. And as you remember how to access the power of the universe that creates worlds. So this message for you is really like, you've got to want it, okay? And I think if you've been in the situation where you've been trying something before and you really want to step on that wagon again, you know, when you want to get on that boat again, what I would say to you is, I think the mistake, or the message here is, the mistake you made the first time around. The mistake you made the first time around is that you didn't really love it, you know? You didn't really feel like this is something I totally want to do, and you got resistance to it because of that, and that resistance caused it to not go probably in the direction that you wanted it to go. But the message is here, definitely try it again, definitely do it again, but this time really focus on not what you think other people want from you, or not what you think is expected of you, but more around what you really want to do. And also the message is clear here that even if you think it's not going to work, and you think that's not going to make money, and you think that's not going to, you know, be something viable for you, it is. But unfortunately, you're not trusting that I can really do something I love and make money from it. You're almost thinking, if there isn't that chink in it, that you're going to find it hard and a struggle or work, then you're not going to make money in it. That belief system needs to go out and disappear from the equation in order for you to get what you want. So the message to you is very clear. Make sure you're doing what you love, and make sure that you're approaching it from whatever it is that I love, I'm going to make money from, and I don't have to feel like I'm working in any way to have it actually be a viable business. Nikki says that's interesting. Okay. All right, that obviously resonated with you for a little bit. Okay, number 2. 2 cards popped out in number 2. They very clearly wanted to come out. And again, it's very interesting. They're almost like contradictory in a way, but they're not. We have, everyone's like, what is it? Okay, so we have play. May you seek out the fun and connection. So there's definitely an element of fun missing in your life, and there's definitely an element of just being light-hearted and free and joyful, and I feel that that's been missing for a long time. And then we have depth. May you immerse and go deeper. And this is very, very interesting, because this is a journey that I've actually taken this last week. So maybe also these cards popped out for me too. And in the biohacking session today, I'm going to really explain something quite profound that I discovered throughout this biohacking process, and how I've literally turned everything on its head now because of this discovery. So I also talked, I think it was last week or in the last biohacking session, I really talked about how important it was not just to want to do things for yourself. And I really feel this message, you know, like often I end up with these things to share with other people, but it's really a message of not just wanting to do things for yourself. Oh, I want to exercise because I know it's good for me. I want to eat healthy because I know it's good for me. You know, all of these things that you want to do, that you know you should do, and you want to do them because it's good for you. There is a significant issue in that oftentimes when we do it from that perspective, in that direction, it becomes more like a chore and more like something that you have to do that you don't necessarily love to do. And the message really here is you've got to lighten up. You've really got to lighten up. You are too hard on yourself, too heavy on yourself. You are heading down the road of like making yourself miserable if you don't learn to let go a little bit, you know, and just accept things the way they are, but also seek out pleasure and seek out fun and seek out these things. They're not going to come to you and be kind of handed to you. You need to go and seek them out. And the way that you do that, the way you seek out this fun, I feel like as well there's some sort of social thing going on there. You see all these dolphins, it's almost like, you know, you're a little bit lonely or a little bit isolated. There's a little bit of solitude happening there. And it's almost like you need a friend or a couple of friends to just pull you out of that, like, funk. Okay, you're in a funk and you need pulling out of it. And I feel that there's a significant area of being with friends and just talking things through with someone, like sit and talk things through with someone. Because I think you'll make a lot of discovery, and by doing that, you will go deeper. You'll go deeper into you, you'll go deeper into yourself, you'll go deeper into your feelings, and you will uncover things that you did not realize before about yourself. This is really an important part of the process, that you need to actually go a little bit deeper and really question what makes you happy and what you love to do, and how you can adjust and rearrange your life to make the things that you love more accessible to you, to make your life more playful, more lighter, and then in turn you will free your mind a little bit. I feel like your mind is just full of stuff, and it's almost like there's so much things, so many thoughts cluttering things up that you can't find the way back to yourself, because it's just too much, stuff to wade through. Have a really good mental clear out, and really ask yourself the question, is this really worth all the worry? Is this really worth all the, heaviness that I'm placing on myself right now? And you've got to really learn, and the message to you today is really lighten up. Lighten up. It's really not that bad. It's really not that heavy. You do not have to burden yourself with these problems and these worries and these thoughts. They'll work themselves out, but you need to really learn to lighten up and spend some time with friends, talking things through, having fun, laughing, whatever it is. That's the message for you. And number 3 is feeling good about myself is my highest priority. We're definitely going to talk about this in the biohacking session this afternoon, when we're in the wellness spa of virtual co-working space. But this is a lesson I've really had to think about this week. But feeling good about yourself is your highest priority for so many reasons. I really feel like there's somebody here that thinks it's kind of a bit sort of righteous in a way to always put themselves last, or always do things for other people, or put themselves in difficult situations just to make somebody else happy. And I feel there's a lot of people pleasing going on here. So if you definitely recognize yourself as a people pleaser, the message here is the first person you have to please is yourself. The very first person you have to please is yourself. Go down to some water, or go into a river or forest. I feel like actually this is more of a fire kind of energy coming in here, even though that these are, technically water cards, but there's more like a fire sign energy coming in here. Like this fierce kind of, I can do it all. And, it's like that fire, and, I can put myself last, because I'm strong enough to do that. And that's not strength. Okay. So for the person who is the people pleaser here, the highest priority is yourself, to feel good about yourself, to please yourself first. And then believe me, many other people from that will be very pleased with you too. So those are the messages for today. Hope they resonated with you. Just so you know as well, we're adding another Sky Sanctuary session in, so we'll do 2 of those a month inside Virtual Co-working Space. Don't forget you can come back here on Thursdays for your messages here. And just have a fantastic weekend ahead. I shall see you back here on Sunday, where we're going to start unpacking another VA topic in our morning mindset. But in the meantime, have a wonderful descent into the weekend. Have a wonderful weekend ahead. And I shall see you back here on Sunday morning for some more morning mindset. We're going to step into our accountability session now. Get your journals at the ready. And I shall see you on Sunday. Take care.
Before we begin, don't forget you can join me live online inside Virtual Co-working Space at www.virtualmissfriday.com/VCS. If you enjoy this session, give it a like. I'd love to hear from you, so write me a comment. And so you don't miss any updates, don't forget to subscribe. Let's begin. So now we're going to look for the positive with our gratitude. First, we'll spend 1 minute thinking of the day before, thinking of all the things that happened, reflecting on work, interactions, relationships, memorable moments, and more. Now you'll write one thing down minimum that you're grateful for. You can, of course, write down more. Something good, something that went right, a small moment or a big win. The more you search for things to be grateful for, the more you will experience things to be grateful for. Now we're going to read out your goal. Make sure your goal is written down in a journal or somewhere you can easily access it. Read your goal now, ideally out loud, and commit to this goal. Believe it will happen. And by reading this daily, the universe knows clearly what your goal is, and the things begin to shift in the direction of your goal. Follow your instincts when this happens by taking action. Now you need to see your goal in visualization. Spend this minute thinking about the goal in your mind. See yourself taking steps towards the goal, or even better still, see yourself having already achieved the goal. Close your eyes and go there. Step into the feeling, step into the place, step into the accomplishment. And finally, it's time for your most important task. Set this task for today and make it relating to your goal. This could be something small like sending an email, recording a video, or making a phone call, or it could be bigger. Either way, one task a day is one step forward, and those steps will add up. Do what you can from where you are now. Set the intention, and the action will carry you towards your goal. Well done you for completing your daily co-create session. Have a fantastic day ahead, and I'll see you next time.